जय श्री राम फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू भारत मार्ग। भारत मार्ग में आपका स्वागत है। विनय जी हम अपने साथ पॉलिटिकल एनालिस्ट हैं, उनके लिए भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत भारत मार्ग में। फ्रेंड्स, टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक समथिंग अबाउट बिग इश्यू, दैट इज many Indian students are going to be kicked out of Canada. Okay, let's discuss in detail with our Vinay ji, because what is really happening. They got their money, they got their tickets, they quit everything they did and they come here, and now they change the rule. Okay, maybe Vinay ji can say me whether it is right or wrong. Are you with the students? Watch the full video and then let us know, are you with the students, are you with the government? Okay, let us know which one you are part of. And students are revolting and they are saying it's not right thing. We gave up everything and came here. Now our dream is gone, our money is gone, everything is gone. Okay, and nobody is accountable. Okay, so let's talk about it. But before going further, friends, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as you can. And also, friends, please make sure to subscribe the channel if you didn't already, and press on the notification bell to make sure that you get notified as we go live. Friends, other than that, we are also involved in many sevas like teaching Sanskrit and Vedic mathematics and few other things we are starting right now. And also you will be getting a message right now, maybe today or tomorrow, that in Mahakumbh, friends, we will be distributing a lot of blankets, shawls, etc., for the sadhus and the people there. And if you want to donate anything, you can also feel free to contact us. Okay, and also, friends, make sure to share this video and support us by also donating to our cause. Okay, this is our WhatsApp number given here. You can send us a message and get our one dharmic message, and we are involved in many good things you can become a part of too. Okay, by donating Vanadan, Go Seva, Godan, and now we will be doing a much bigger work in Kumbh, Mahakumbh, where you have a choice and chance. Okay, welcome Vinay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, G.
Okay, now I just want to ask you, who is the culprit here? Okay, let's come here. You get started, whatever you want to say. I'm just thinking, the students, see, they gave them visa. They gave them, they quit. Maybe they were working there, whatever they were doing, they quit that and come here, sold everything and came here. And guess what? Now they are threatened with a deportation.
Uh-huh.
Is it right? Is the government doing fair thing, or they are just targeting the students?
The government is definitely not targeting the students. The government's policies can change, and we did a show just a few weeks ago about the protest that was going on in Newfoundland, if you
Yeah.
recall.
Yes, but
So
that is like hundreds of people. Here we are talking about 70,000 people.
correct, and there the Newfoundland government changed the policy, and basically that was a pilot project, and based on that the government said, okay, you know what, we tried it for a couple of years and now we are not going to be pursuing that, because that was basically to bring in students and then saying that, hey, you guys, we will put you on fast track to get your Canadian immigration, and once you graduate. Okay. And but then the government realized that that was not a good policy, because thousands of students started coming into Newfoundland and they were unable to support the students through housing and everything else, right? The infrastructure was not there. So basically that was the protest. Now, talking about the 70,000 international students, the policy basically is uh, the Canadian government announced changes to its immigration policy, which included limiting study permits. Okay, so and then the graduates are also at risk of being deported when their work permits expire at the end of the year. Are you clear? So the impact has been apparently devastating for these students. Tens of students who had planned to apply for permanent residency after completing their studies say they're now left with heavy loans and shattered dreams. But end of the day, when you're coming in as a student, okay, you come as a student, finish your studies, and you go back to your home country. That's the whole idea, right? I mean, I've never heard of anywhere, any place where the students come in and they want to settle down. This is kind of a
Come
very
on,
strange.
why do you talk about other country? Okay, you go, you be honest. Okay, be fair. I know. See, the thing is here when they call Indian. Okay, there is a problem. Let me put it this way: majority of them are sick students. Okay, we have nothing against them, but whenever it is convenient, they will call themselves sick. Whenever that is not convenient, they will call themselves Indian. Okay, that is a game they play. That's okay. But now let's talk about it. You go to Mumbai, you study in Mumbai, okay? And how many people go to Mumbai and study and they come back to their original village they went from? Hardly anybody. Wherever you go to study, you form a circle there and you stay there. We want nothing wrong in it. It's not only happening in Canada.
No, I understand, because you know what, a lot of people go to Australia, go to the United States, and go to Europe and whatever, right? And their intent is, could be a little devious, okay? But the idea is, the students are supposed to go to a country on a student permit, finish their studies, and head back to their home country. Okay, if you want to legally immigrate to that country, then there is an immigration channel through which you can actually apply for, and it may take months or years or whatever it is, and you follow that path. Now the people who are been coming here to Canada, especially the students from the state of Punjab, mainly, are basically coming with devious plans. Okay, they want to settle down in Canada, and they want to basically, become a Canadian of whatever. So this is the unfortunate part that's going on,
Is
and
it a crime?
they're misusing and abusing the
No,
system.
no. Means let me put it this way. Okay, I am at odds with you today because I think here is the culprit is the government. Okay, because they put everything on the cookies on the way. Because see, I was talking to a student, and the student was saying, if you come, I asked, why do you come through the university? Okay, why not through the college? College is less cheaper for you to do it. But the person said, you know what? If I come through the university and I can get 3 years of work permit. And this person came, and within 2 months, she took a break. And whose fault is it? You put the cookies like that to make sure you get the immigration fee, you get all the other fees it is associated with that. You suck in their money.
No. Listen, what you're saying
They are
is,
not coming here as refugees. They are
these
not
guys,
coming here as
but
asylum
these guys
seekers.
are coming in as students, because the thing
Yeah,
is,
but you suck their money.
no, you do not, because you know what they're doing? They're sucking the government's money, the system's money. Basically, what they're doing is they're coming to the country, and they are actually coming on student visa, and they have to provide funds for to support themselves for the 1 or 2 years or 4 years,
Then why do you
duration of the
have the
course.
rule that you can have 3 years of work permit if you come through university by paying
No.
higher
Listen,
fees?
yeah, I agree, because the thing is, when they come in with that, yeah, they show the funds, and they showed it. They show it fraudulently. Actually, they bring in some paperwork showing their uncle or aunt or cousin or brother or whoever is supporting them for the 4 years. But guess what? They only bring enough money to support themselves for one semester.
Okay, but this is not about money, right? This is
No, this
about
is about
cutting the
this is
quota to
this is
35%.
this is everything is all about money, because when they come in, they show 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, whatever the
No, no,
semester is.
how the
But
government, you change the rule for the people who are not here, okay? Who
because
are upcoming, you reduce the numbers.
the
That is okay with me.
policies, well, the policies that the government introduces are all pilot versions. That's why they don't want to be caught up in this whole thing, because they say that we try
Yeah,
something, it doesn't work, we go back to something else or whatever.
okay.
And these immigration policies, yes, I agree that the liberal government's policies have been extremely questionable, but the end of
It's
the
a
day,
scam. It's a scam. That's what I mean to say.
end of the
Okay.
day, the government is not to be blamed, because end of the day, it's these guys are misusing and abusing the system, because their main intent is not to come to study. Their main intent is to immigrate. You know what they do, right? There are hundreds and thousands of these freak fictitious colleges that these guys register for in, and
Who
those
gives
colleges
approval for
are
those
working out.
colleges? Who
these
gives?
these
Who
colleges
gives?
are
Are
working
they
out
approved?
for
Government
us.
approved?
They are government approved, I
Yeah.
agree.
Then
But the thing is, the government also is slacking, but the students are also taking
no,
advantage of
no. I
that.
mean, see, you give a college government approval. Okay,
Right.
if they are coming with the college that is not approved by the government, I agree their fault. When the person is coming from this many distance, they
No,
don't know what is
okay.
happening. You put your
I am
stamp saying it is
let's
approved by the
let's
government.
let's stick with the topic. Okay. They come, whether it's fictitious, whether it's good college, whatever, these colleges are all licensed. Okay. They come in and immigrate. When immigration gives you a student, a stamps a student visa on it, they have to make sure that the college is legitimate. Okay. So they give the student visa and they say, okay, show your funds for your 2 years duration, and they show the funding, but they actually only bring about cash for about 3 months or whatever. All right. And then we basically, what happens is, when the students come in, they kind of are allowed to work, and they think, okay, you know what, they already have done the research. Oh, you know what, I don't have to bring too much cash because I can work in Canada. But that's not the rule. They have to show the funding, and they do show the funding, but fraudulently.
Okay,
And when
now
they come in, they start working, but then rules change and things change, and now guess what, they're in limbo, because now they've paid the agents who have given them the passage to Canada, and they've taken on some loans in back home and stuff like that. So now they're in limbo, and now they're saying it is my right to get Canadian citizenship, it is my
yeah,
right to get
because
Canadian.
Canada got their money. Okay, but
Listen,
let
where
me
is the
ask.
money? What money are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but your visa fee, you gave them visa.
Visa fee is a few $100s, and
No,
then
no, no.
that is
But
for student visa.
flight fee. Flight
No, no,
ticket
no,
they
that
had
is
to
not for
take and
student.
come
But
all the way.
they're coming
Okay,
here
they quit
to
whatever
study.
they were doing. But let
No,
me
no, no.
ask you this.
That
Let,
is
let,
not right. They have
let, let,
come
let
here.
me ask you before we go here. Okay, let me ask you something. We covered on this last year. Okay,
Mhm.
close to 700 students were deported.
Yeah,
Okay, at least they were planning to deport 700 plus students. And the reason what? Okay, because the college gave a over quota of the student visas.
mhm.
They came here, then the college said, what, I'm sorry, we overbooked, so it's not for you. So is that not a scam? Means Canadian government is driving the immigration scam.
No, but the thing is, it's not the government. It's these colleges that are scamming the
But
students.
who is control, who is the in charge for the making sure the
Okay,
college runs
the
good?
colleges are not controlled. They give them the license. They
Yeah,
do some monthly
is
or.
there a ministry that monitors them at
Yeah,
all, or they are?
they monitor it, but there cannot be sitting there. Every college cannot have
No,
one
no. See,
representative from the
if a
ministry.
scam is happening under your nose, okay,
Scams
that's the
are
student.
happening
You,
maybe under the nose, but the thing is, the government cannot be sitting in any of these colleges for n amount, n number of.
70,000 people getting deported. Are you
I
kidding?
think it's a small number. I think the 70,000 is not the right number, because they're actually giving a free passage to many thousand students. And I think the 70,000 should actually be 700,000, because so many students have come in illegally, and so many students are working illegally in crap conditions and whatever, and they all should be
You
deported.
know, Canada has become now like if you are coming illegally, it is okay. But if you are coming legally, there is a problem.
No, well, you're right. Absolutely. If people are coming in illegally, they have a way. They have their agents. They have their friends. They have their network to kind of somehow get their foot in the door here. Because there are so many ways to get into Canada illegally. Once you come in as a student, once you come in as a on work permit. Once you come in on visitor visa, people are using LMIA, for example, to settle down. People are using refugee, becoming taking asylum, and and so many other paths which I'm not even aware of. And these guys are eventually, they have agents and touts who help them out, and those guys take the money. And these no the victims are students. I'm not saying no, the students are the victims, but the students are also coming with ulterior motives, and that is
Yeah,
what
but I want to
the
ask you
lessons
one
learned.
question before we
If
get to.
these 70,000 people are given a free passageway, guess what? Canada is going to go to dogs. I'm just telling you that.
Yeah, but let's go there. Before that, I have one question to you. Okay, that is that a effort by the liberal government to shift the blame? Okay, that oh, you know what, the crime has increased. That's because of the student, but nothing, nobody else. So I'm
No,
deporting him.
I
I'm
don't
bringing
think
in
it
the
is.
tight immigration policy, which it is not. Everybody knows how porous Canada is, and its immigration system is. But what are they trying to do? We have done the video on it. As you can see, the crime rate is spiking in Canada. You know, but is that an effort to deflect that?
No, I mean, like, the thing is, see, the thing is, the rules changed because 25% reduction in permanent residency nominations, in for example, in Prince Edward Island, okay, and PEI, all right, and then Newfoundland also had some rules changed, and somebody said, "Oh, I spent the most crucial 6 years of my life taking many risks to come to Canada." One guy by name Mehakdeep Singh, a former international student who is facing deportations. So he says, for the past 6 years, I studied, I worked, I paid taxes, I earned through CRS for comprehensive ranking system points, but the system has just taken advantage of us. Yeah, this is all BS, because if he has taken points, he would get legal immigration. But these guys are here to scam the government and to scam Canada, and they are absolutely not fit to be here. They should go back
You know,
home, and if they want to come
absolutely.
back to Canada, let them apply legally
you,
from
you know you
back.
know what, I may not be totally agreeing with you. I think absolutely the government is a partner in the crime, and
I'm
they are
not
going
saying no.
scotch free.
I agree with you there.
And
Government,
innocent students are getting
I
victimized.
cannot
Yeah.
I cannot say that I'm entirely blaming the students. The government's immigration policies are questionable. We talked about it yesterday, actually,
Yes.
and the government's policies are definitely questionable. The liberal policies, I'm saying, and that's the reason the change in government is imminent. And but at the same time, the students who are coming here in large numbers are basically abusing the system.
Okay, let's go there. But before that, I have one more question on it. But this is not only happening in Canada. This is happening, this crackdown, immigration crackdown on the students specifically, is happening all across in Europe, Australia, and Canada. Is it a bigger plan going against the Indian students?
No, I don't think it's Indian students alone, because I'm just reading an article in the Nigerian Sun. So many Nigerian students are studying in Canadian universities, and representatives with some of these NGOs said the graduates are at risk of being deported when their work permits expire at the end of the year. And this comes after the Canadian government announced changes to its immigration policies. Okay, so it's not just Indian students. It's a lot of other international students, but Indian students are the most in number. Okay, because if you look at the number of students who are coming in from international whatever on international student permit, it's actually India is at the top of the list.
Okay, now say, as it happening all across West, this one, what will
It is.
happen?
It is actually. It's happening in in Australia. It's happening in Australian government just announced, and it's happening in
UK.
Canada, and it's happening in many countries. Yes, I agree.
Absolutely. Now, now is that the Indian government with the Modi's leadership? Is that not as a responsibility to make sure if these countries can mushroom the colleges, they can mushroom it too, so that the kids don't need to come all across here. They can study in their own country.
Yeah, I mean,
In,
like the thing is,
India talks about how
I'll
developed
tell
a
you what,
country it is.
there are far better colleges in India. Okay, there are lots of institutions, and in India you cannot, again, if you want to graduate from a proper university, you got to go to a proper college and all that. And the thing is, it used to be extremely competitive in the past to get into colleges and universities and stuff. It's not anymore, because it's opened up, and you have a lot of opportunities. But it's actually the fascination of going to the West. Somehow the Indians are, it's in their head that, oh, if I go to Canada, if I go to US, if I go to Australia or Europe or whatever, I can make money very quickly, and I can build a house, I can buy a car, and I can pay off my loans back home and all of that. So that's a misconception, right? I mean, I'm not sure where they're getting this information from, because, for example, many people who've lived here in Canada for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, they are still struggling. Okay, so it's there's nothing like a fast buck, or you can get rich overnight or something like that. All right,
But
but
I still believe,
that is bringing.
still believe Modi government has to do a
I
lot
don't
more for the
I
student.
don't
But
know
we
what.
will have a separate discussion on it, okay?
Yeah,
Because
I think so.
it's worth a separate discussion. But anyway, now what will be, because many of them, even though they call themselves as Indian, okay, they are Sikh. Sikh means they are more of Khalistani gang, through whom they came here, majority of them, okay. And now, what will Jagmeet Singh will take any action in pulling the collar of Trudeau, or he will let this pass?
I doubt he will let it pass. I'm pretty sure that whole delegation of these Sikh students have gone to Jagmeet Singh and already asked him to use his clout to influence the Liberal government and their new policies. So I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
So do you think they still will be deported, or they will be retained?
That's only time will tell, because these guys have been given the notice. But with the Canadian government, there's a lot of slack in the legal system, and people know how to kind of abuse it, misuse it, and they will hire some lawyers and whatever, and it may drag on for a few years, who knows, months or years. So
Yeah.
it's only time will tell. Only if the government changes in 2025, then if the new government makes it extremely strict, and it's there's no recourse to these people, then yeah, they will be deported.
Anyway, friends, I want to ask you a question. Okay, I believe I am not against government changing the quota. Your country, you change anything you want, but the thing is, you make sure that the people who paid and who spent all their dreams, all their money, and everything, who came here, they should not struggle, and you cannot sell a fake promise, okay, to them. Is my thought on it. What do you think? Do let us know. Do you agree with the Vinayji on his stand, or do you agree with me? Do comment and let us know. We will love to hear from you. Thank you, Vinayji, for joining us.
Thank you,
Okay,
G.
appreciate it. Okay,
Appreciate
looking
it.
forward to seeing you again. Until then, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Jai Sri Ram.
Thank you.